This is absolute insanity of what's going on in Australia right now. Concerned citizen posted, meanwhile, in Australia, Commissioner, you have exempted BlueSky from your under-16s social media. As the social media ban comes in for young Australians, the e-safety commissioner is accused of political bias because X is banned, BlueSky is not. This makes you wonder what's actually going on behind the scenes with the money exchanges or the ideologies or both.
Commissioner, you have exempted BlueSky from your under-16 social media minimum age restrictions. Yet BlueSky is almost identical to X, as I understand it. It currently allows 13-year-olds or younger people saying they are 13 to sign up. They have no age verification. Do you understand, Commissioner, you have an obligation to discharge your duties without the perception of political bias? Your decision to exempt a left-wing hangout and include a conservative hangout, X, looks like political bias.
BlueSky has not been exempted. They present a very low risk. They have actually identified themselves as an age-restricted social media platform.
What even is this reaction? They've identified themselves as an age-restricted social media platform.
Age-restricted social media platform.
And they're a low risk? Hold on.
Actually identified themselves. They present a very they present a very low risk.
They present a very low risk. Let me ask you, Chancellor, what the fuck their names are over in Australia. Let me ask you this. If you ban all the social media sites for kids to go on them, except for one of them, don't you think inherently that that's exactly going to filter all the kids to BlueSky, or as many people call it, pedo-sky? It makes you wonder if that's the intent here. Curious.
They have actually identified themselves as an age-restricted social media platform. They probably...
It's the platform where all the fucking PDF files are. Is she really serious with the...
We have 50,000 Australian users, a very small number of young users. They're building up their age inference tools. They're very young companies.
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? So is Twitter and X. What the hell? They're building it up. Why is it different?
And what we've decided to do, I mean, we're talking to a range of companies that could be age-restricted social media platforms, whether it's Yubo, whether it's Yoke, whether it's Lemonade.
So this goes back to the problem that I said when we first started covering this months ago. There's no way to practically enforce what they're trying to do, except for trying to push out, hey, we tried, it didn't work. Next step is digital ID. That's the only thing universally that if we get everyone on the same page with it, then we can do it. So it's almost in a way, they're pushing this other half-ass broken shit out there to prove their own point that they need to get digital ID, where I would argue none of this is needed at all, anywhere. This isn't even a problem. It's all coordinated, all at the same time.
Other ones that we know we're going to go to, but you missed the opening statement where I said our focus, well, one, these assessments that we're doing are voluntary. It is up to I don't have specific declaratory powers in terms of who is in, who's out. So I can't say anyone's exempted. It's up to the legal teams of those companies to determine whether they're in or out.
What? Why would any of them determine if they're in or out or not then? What? Oh my God. What a complete shit show. Now, this is interesting because it's an older article. I think it's about 5 months old. This is on The Guardian. And there's no one really talking about this right now, which I find fascinating because this just came out. And this is like, you'd think this would be like front page news exposing their asses. And no one's really talking about it. Why BlueCry is exempt, or PDF Sky is exempt, and everyone else isn't. How will Australia's under-16 social media ban be enforced? And which platforms will be exempt? Australians using a range of social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and X, will need to have their age checked to ensure they are 16 or older when the social media ban comes into effect from early December. My first question to this, to what do they have in Australia? Is it Parliament there? I don't even know. Would be, hi, yes, quick question. I'm a parent. I would like to allow my child to access these things. As a parent, I am first and foremost in charge of their livelihood, and I feel like this is the direction I want to raise them in. The government comes in and says, sorry, bro, we decided that we're your parents now, and your kids can't. So now your government is telling you that they are the parents of your kids, not you. What does the social media ban apply to? From 10th of December, new laws will apply to platforms that meet the government's definition of an age-restricted social media platform, which has the sole or significant purpose of enabling social interaction with 2 or more users, so BlueSky, and which allows users to post material on the service, so BlueSky. The government has not specified by name any platforms that will be included in the ban, meaning any site that meets the above definition could be included, except if they meet the exemptions released on Wednesday. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has said that the covers the platforms include, but not limited to, Facebook, Instagram, X, Snapchat, and YouTube. Weird that BlueSky is not listed there. The communications minister, Anika Wells, said these platforms would be expected to take reasonable steps to deactivate accounts for users under 16, prevent children registering new accounts, check ages, and prevent workarounds to bypass the restrictions. Well, hold on a second. So my son wants to do a YouTube. He wants to learn how to be like his dad. He wants to make content. He doesn't like put a camera on or anything like that, but he wants to edit videos and upload them. And YouTube is going to do what to him? Remove his channel? Like, he's all excited about it. And he can't even do it because of this. If by the way, if we were in Australia, think about that for a second. Like, if I was raising my family in Australia and this was coming into effect, I'd have to have a really tough conversation with my son. He'd be devastated. He loves this. He wants to be like his dad, which I think is cool. Although I'd say don't fucking do this. First of all, I've told him that. Not in those words, but anyway. What are the exemptions? The government said platforms would be exempt if they had the primary purpose of messaging, emailing, voice calling, or video calling. Okay, not BlueSky. Playing online games, not BlueSky. Sharing information about products or services. I mean, this could be anything. Professional networking. So LinkedIn is exempt because, Bill Gates. Education, health, communication between educational institutes and their students or families, facilitating communication between providers of healthcare and people using those provider services. It will be up to the e-safety commissioner to determine which platforms meet the criteria for an exemption. In practice, this means LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Roblox, and Coursera would likely be exempt if assessed to meet the criteria. It's almost like they carved out the exemptions to literally write in that Roblox can stay. So now we have a situation where Roblox and PDF Sky are the 2 apps where kids are prominent to go on, and they're being exempted because that's exactly where the PDF files go. Wouldn't you think, if this is to protect the children, that they'd be making sure that those are not allowed? It's wild to me. In theory, it could also mean YouTube Kids could be exempt from the ban if it meets the criteria for exemption, given it does not allow comments on videos, but the government has not confirmed this. And YouTube has not commented on whether it would seek an exemption for its service designated for children. It should, but who knows? Platforms that have not been named by the government but do not meet the exemption criteria will also need to consider whether they need to bring in age assurance by December. This would include services such as BlueSky, Donald Trump's Truth Social platform, Discord, and Twitch. Oh, that's another one. Discord was not included. And Twitch was not included. What are they doing? They're like, yeah, we're going to make sure all the places where the PDFs don't go, those are banned for kids. And all the kids will filter into Discord, Twitch, BlueSky, and Roblox. How will tech companies check if users are over 16? A common misconception about social media ban is that it will only apply to children. In order to ensure teenagers remain off social media, the platforms will need to check the ages of all user accounts in Australia. Oh, okay. Hey, don't worry. It's for your protection. How will they do that is not prescribed. Of course not. But it will be informed by the outcome of the age assurance technology trial, the full report of which is due in August, which I will tell you, I've covered that before too. That was all the KID and stuff like that with the automated systems. There is so much. I'm going to give myself the big screen here. There is so much money involved in this behind the scenes that they are obviously ignoring, not talking about. That money is not part of it. Of course, it's to protect the children. But at the end of the day, the entire push for this is to get more information on people and monetize the fuck out of it. If you believe the government has your best interest in mind, you are retarded. I don't care where you are on this planet. That is a universal truth. The government does not have your best interest in mind. They have their best interest in mind every single time. So if they say it's to protect the kids, just, I would argue, assume the opposite every single time. And in Australia, especially with the stuff that they're doing over there, because my goodness, what a complete mess. What a complete mess. Anyways, won't kids find a way around it? Which they will. They will. Albanese has compared the social media ban to alcohol restrictions. Oh my God. And he said there will no doubt be children who manage to get around the ban, but he argued it is still worth doing. Yeah, because of the money and the control. Control is power. Power is money. In the UK, where age verification was brought in this week for accessing prawn websites, there's been a surge in people using VPNs, which hide real users' locations, enabling access to blocked websites. Why does the government want to remove your ability to seek out what you want? What is wrong with personal freedoms? How is somebody watching porn hurting someone? How does it hurt anyone? I will forever never understand that. I genuinely don't. I would almost argue people that don't watch porn might be more dangerous, because you gotta get off, guys. If you're not intimate with someone, it's not healthy. First and foremost, it's not healthy to not. Like, this is a basic human need that is getting distracted, obfuscated, and ignored for the cost of, hey, it's for your protection. Don't whack it. 4 of the top 5 free apps on the Apple App Store in the UK Thursday were VPN apps. That's hysterical. Australian government has said it expects the platforms will implement reasonable steps to account for how teens may seek to avoid the ban. What happens if they don't comply? Let me guess. There'll be money. Platforms that do not take what the e-safety commissioner determines to be reasonable steps to keep kids off their service can face a fine of nearly $50 million. That will be determined in federal court. Oh, but don't worry, it's to protect the kids. What reasonable steps means will be up to the commissioner to determine. Yeah, we'll figure that out. We just need money. This would be like YouTubers being allowed to fine people for not watching them. That's the kind of power that they wield. This is insane. It's like laughable what they're doing. I don't know what's going on in Australia. My heart goes out to you guys. I know I've made these videos before. I have plenty of people in the comments section from Australia saying thank you for drawing attention to this and covering this. Keep talking about it, because nobody's talking about this. This is a 5-month-old article. This is the most recent thing I could find on this situation from 5 months old. That's crazy to me. That makes you feel like it's a very coordinated event in media as well, where they're all just letting this kind of slide through under the radar. Makes you wonder. But I'll keep you guys posted on anything else I hear about this. But until then, I'll leave that there.